Okay. I'm updating. So update the user, but I need to change 200. Okay, right? This is the 200. Update user. It's not a create user. Update user status code is 200. So if you have, you can validate, but we don't have these things in the, so I don't think so. We can do this. Just only this one. So done. So the last one is delete user. So, and delete user. So you can go and see here, delete user. So you're deleting, you'll get a 204. So what is mean by 204? Two. And this one, you can say delete user. So delete user, you'll get a, just put delete user status code is 204. So 204, no content. It has a no content. We don't have. See, no content. It's not there. Nothing is there in the body. So successfully deleted, but we don't have anything. So this is how you can know, create environment variables and how to do a validations, all those things. So there is no body here. You can disable this. So body won't be there for any of these get calls and delete calls. Only you have for post put, you have a body, not for others. So any questions? Okay. So we are done with all the APIs. These APIs we are going to automate. How to automate? So if you want to automate, we should have, right? We should have, framework, certain framework to automate them. So if you want to automate, and we need a proper framework. So which framework we are going to follow? So to automate your APIs, you can use a REST assured framework. So there is a clear indication we have REST assured, so which is a Java library. The REST assured is a Java library. So using that, you can automate all your APIs. So nicely, you can automate them. And so these REST assured is basically very well famed framework for API testing purpose only, API automation purpose, we will use that. And so any kind of, so support you will get for post method, get, put, delete, options, patch, and head requests, you can automate easily, and you can validate the response body data with this rest assured. So now we did through Postman. Postman is just for manual testing purpose. Even I have shown you how to run a collection also, right? I hope you all know how to run a collection. So this one, run collection, and you can do that. So persist, so you can run it. Please all run it. See, no failures, pass 9. So you can find here also. So you can find here also in the console. You can expand and you can see. So what is the request headers event? What is the response request body? There is no request body here. And for delete call, no request body. I think we kept that. That is the problem. Response headers and response body, there is nothing. See, empty. So this is how you can get all the data in the console also. Each request output you can see very clearly detailed. So request headers, request body, and any parameters, all this you can get in the console. Okay, and if you want to clear it and close that. So bottom side you have that console, you can see that. So this is how to run. And so this is a manual effort, right? This is all manual effort. How can we do with automation? So if you want to do in automation, so we are using this rest assured framework, which will help you to validate all your APIs one by one very easily. You can do two ways. So one is with BDD Cucumber style. One is a normal way also. So we are going to do BDD Cucumber style. What is BDD Cucumber? So let's understand BDD Cucumber framework. So how BDD has evolved, and so what is meant by this BDD Cucumber? And first you should understand before going to the BDD, what is test-driven development approach? So test-driven development approach is so where automation test cases are created and executed even before developing the actual complete application. So you have a little bit application, but not complete. But you will develop the automation test case, you will run, and based on that test cases failure, the development will start coding for that. And they will fix them to pass the test cases. So that's how you can do a TDD approach. So that's a TDD approach means. From TDD, the BDD approach has come. BDD methodology. So behavior-driven development methodology has come up from TDD only. So what is the main purpose of this BDD? So BDD main purpose is, so it reduces the gap between technical and non-technical people. So in the project, there are technical people and non-technical people. Technical people means automation testers, developers, those are the technical people. Non-technical people are so business analysts, product owners, so all those people. So they don't know coding, right? That's the main concept of this so BDD approach. What it will do, it will reduce the gap between both of them. So basically you will write a common vocabulary, sentences in English format, plain English format. So then everybody can understand what you are automating, what you are testing. Through automation, you will come to know very clearly with the behavior-driven development. So behavior-driven development, you will write a set of step-by-step test cases in plain English. So with this approach, everybody can understand it. Technical and non-technical people can easily understand the functional flow, and they can see what scenarios you're automating, what scenarios you are not automating. So that's the motive of this behavior-driven development. So this behavior-driven development is supported by many tools. So one is Cucumber is one of the famous tool, Protractor, and there are some other tools also, JBehave, some other tools are available in the market, but Cucumber is a very famous. So why Cucumber is very famous? It's an open source tool. You don't need to pay anything. You can just freely use that. And the Cucumber, you can write the test cases in different languages. Like you can use a Java programming language or Ruby, .NET, Python, so etc. All this, so things you can use in this Cucumber. And also you can integrate the BDD Cucumber with the REST assured APIs, with the Selenium APIs, and Ruby on Rails, Vatir, and different web-based testing tools you can integrate the Cucumber tool. That's another advantage. So this is one of the widely used BDD tool, Cucumber. But what is this BDD approach architecture? So BDD approach architecture is, so there are basically 3 modules will be there, very high level. So one is the feature file concept. Second one is a step definition. Third one is a runner file. So these are the core pillars of your BDD Cucumber architecture. Feature files, step definition, and runner file. So feature files means all your feature scenarios listed out in plain English in the .feature file. So you will write like this. So scenarios will be written in plain English format, step by step, the functional flow you will write. So that's the feature file process. So first you will write the feature name. What is your feature name? Then in this feature, what is the scenario you are automating? And given, when, and then. These are the Gherkin keywords, we call them. So what are the Gherkin keywords? Feature, scenario, given, when, and then. These are the Gherkin keywords. So feature means the feature name you will write. You will describe. Scenario is what is the scenario you are automating. The scenario name you have to write plain English. So given is a precondition step. The precondition step is nothing but to start your test case, what is the precondition? That precondition step name you will write with a given keyword. So you can add given after, you can add and also. If more preconditions are there, each precondition, first you will write a given. Given below one more precondition is there, then you will add and. And is a joining. So multiple conditions you can join with and. So you can use and with the given, you can use and with when, you can use and with then also. So given is a preconditional steps purpose, you will use a given Gherkin keyword. When is used for action steps like typing the value in the edit box, clicking on the link, checking the checkbox, selecting an option from radio button, option from drop down. So all these are action related steps, right? That action related steps you need to write using when keyword. If you are doing some action means you have to use a when keyword. Okay, when you do action, you will get output, right? The verification, the post-action validations you can do with a then keyword. Then is basically for a verification purpose, validation purpose. You want to verify something, then you'll use a then keyword. That's a given, when, and then. These are the Gherkin keywords. That's how your feature file will be there. So what is the feature file structure? Feature name, scenario below, given, when, then. So and can be used between the given, when, and then. So given why you will use for preconditional steps purpose. When you can use, when is used when you want to do action steps, clicking on a button, clicking on a link, selecting the radio button, checking the checkbox, unchecking the checkbox. These are all actions you will perform on the web page. That action related test case step name you will write with a when keyword. Okay, you did actions, then there is a verification. So any verification you want to do, you have to use a then keyword. Then the step name you write, what you want to verify. Suppose you were in the API testing, you take verify, validate the status code. So validate the response body fields. So this you have to do with the then only. Clear? Given, when, then.
Yes, sir.
So is it clear for everyone?
Yes, Ramesh.
Okay. So once you prepare the feature files, the feature file is the base for BDD Cucumber. Without feature files, you cannot do next modules. First step is the feature file preparation. So all feature files extension is dot feature. Your file should end with a dot feature. That's a feature file extension. And based on the feature file, you will develop the step definition files. So each step is implemented in the step definition file. So implementation means what? You will give a definition for that step. So what your REST assured has to do, what your Selenium tool has to do, that code you will implement in a Java method. That is what you will do in the step definition. So see, step definition, you are defining the step you have written in the feature file. So this is how meaningful it is. See that. That's a step definition. You're defining the step which is created in the feature file. That's a step definition means. So like that, all these steps you will write a separate Java methods. Separate Java methods. And so this everything is so implemented here in the separate Java methods. That's why I'm asking method structure. You should be very, very clear in Java. Everywhere you will talk on methods only. That's why focus when you're learning Java, put more effort on Java methods. And you have to write methods only here. Each step, one method, one Java method. So for this feature file, you will write a class, one class you will create. So there is a package and a step definition package. Under that package, a Java class inside, you have all the stepwise methods, Java methods. See that? So I'll explain very clearly, don't worry. So a Gherkin keyword will become annotation in step definition file, Java file. Each step name will be the plain Java method name. The step name itself is the method name. You don't need to worry about the what method name I need to give. The step name itself is the method name. And inside the Java method, write the either Selenium or API logic. How it has to execute. That logic you will do that. And once this, like each feature file, you will write a separate class and you will develop it. After that, you will create a runner file. Finally, you need to run, right? You need to run. So how to run? So you will specify here, there are Cucumber options. In the Cucumber options, you will specify the feature file location, the step function file locations. So then it will pick all the feature files and step function files and it will execute for you. So that's a whole concept of the BDD Cucumber approach. Okay, so let's go and deep dive one by one the feature file. So feature file is a file with a dot feature extension, which describes the feature to test in easily readable descriptive language. That means a plain English format, the steps you will write here in the feature file. So the feature file usually contains a feature with multiple scenarios. One feature may contain more than one scenarios. One positive flow, one negative flow. Obviously, you will get. That's a testing, right? So testing is nothing but you have to write positive cases and negative cases. Both you have to do. There may be more negative cases because different negative test data you will give, right? That time your application should handle that data and give proper error messages. So that's each scenario you will mention here. So same feature file, you can write all scenarios. Multiple scenarios you can write. And so that's the all feature files. So the Gherkin language is, a feature file is written in particular format known as a Gherkin language. So here is the Gherkin language: feature, scenario, given, when, and then. So this is the complete feature file syntax and the definition. Describe the feature to be tested. Scenario, describe your scenario name. So given sets the preconditions. When, describe the action to be performed and defines additional conditions of the test. Then states the post condition. So that means you want to validate your expected and actual results. You will use then keyword. That's the feature file syntax. So here is the simple example for the same steps. Search in google.com website. That's a feature name. And scenario, navigate to Google website and perform the search. And given I have browser window open, when I navigate to google.com and search for Cucumber, see, this is the when below I have used and because this is the action. You'll click on the enter button, right? That's a search. Then I should see Cucumber results page. So this is a validation. That's why we are using it with the then keyword. So that's all how you will write your feature files. Practice these feature files. That's very important. Okay. And Gherkin means, as I mentioned, it's one of the keywords that is used in the BDD Cucumber approach. So what is step definition? A step definition is a small piece of code with a pattern attached to it, or in other words, so step definition is a Java method in a class with an annotation above it. So basically you will write there you have a given, right? That given will become in the step definition file as an annotation. This is called annotation. So same, right? We have here given. So this given as it is, you copy entire thing just place the given before @ symbol, and given after you put a parenthesis, that a step, entire step name you put in the parenthesis within double quotes, and a caret symbol and dollar symbol you can. So caret symbol is, it tells it is a beginning part of the step, and dollar tells you it is the end part of the step. That's the caret and dollar symbol means. See, same step name is your method name, public void the method name. And below you will write your, so Selenium code or API code you will write here. So the same structure is same for Selenium, or if it's a UI, you are using a BDD approach, same. If it is a API, you will write API code in these methods. So at the rate when user mouse over on profile image. So again, public void this one. So write the code. All the Selenium code or this code. So click on sign out link. So this is how you will write a all step destination files. Next, third one is a runner file. So runner file, basically you can write a run, this entire BDD framework, you can use either JUnit framework or TestNG framework. JUnit or TestNG framework you can use. And we have a, so at the rate run with annotation and with the different Cucumber options. So there are Cucumber options. So what are all Cucumber options is this one, features. So you will mention your feature file location. Glue, you will mention your step and file location. Plugin, so what kind of reports you want, HTML reports, JSON reports, XML reports you can mention. Dry run, so this is basically mapping between feature files and step-driven files is happened or not, it will check. So this is not there now, it is gone. This is deprecated, only this one we have. So monochrome is, if you make it a true, in the console, the output will come very nicely. So that readable format you want, you make it is true. So these are all the Cucumber options. And also there is a tags also, which scenario you want to run, which scenario you don't want to run. You can put a tags also. Tags, another Cucumber option, you can mention the tag name. So that's all the runner file. So what is that? Okay. So there are in this, we have a few things. Let me explain. Scenario and scenario outline. So these two you should know. This is a common interview question. So what is scenario and scenario outline? This is a common interview question. So scenario is a single scenario. Scenario outline is used to run more than one time your scenario with a different test data. That time you will use scenario outline. Scenario outline is followed by example section, example table section. So that's a scenario outline means. Scenario is a single scenario. Scenario outline is you can parameterize your steps with a different sets of data. That data you can give in this example section with this. So with this is the, your parameter name is the table name, column name, basically column name, and you can give the different sets of data here. So that's how you can do a data-driven testing in BDD Cucumber using scenario outline. You have to mention in the feature file. So we were mentioning scenario, right? The scenario you're mentioning here, scenario outline. When you can mention the scenario with the scenario outline, if you want to do a data-driven testing, you want to parameterize your values, then you will use a scenario outline. Instead of scenario, put a scenario outline, then steps you will write. So in the steps, wherever you want to give a data, that parameter name you will mention. That parameter name is under example section, here you will get. And below the data you supply. So that's the scenario outline. So this is one of the famous interview questions. What is the difference between scenario and scenario outline? So that's the one thing. And so data tables, data tables also you can supply data for particular step only. So you can supply the data to this step only with the data table concept. So these are the main important things you need. So then we'll see tomorrow. So tomorrow we have very less time for a class, because I have to go maybe just 15 to minutes, otherwise I'll cancel this. Okay, I'll cancel the